Man, Judge Comics, we're back after almost 2 weeks. Goddamn.
Goddamn.
The last, just like the day after we did videos last time, I went full blown cold, head cold, chest cold. Tested negative for COVID like on the second day, so that was, hashtag blessing.
Wow. Okay, something I never thought I'd hear you say.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get COVID again. I've had it once. Once is enough.
I've had it twice.
Well, you go into like sweaty, dingy bars every weekend and take your life into your own hands with germs.
Every weekend?
You're in airports. You're in a petri dish every weekend.
Did you see that somebody went through Pearson Airport in Toronto with measles last week?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
So glad I get to go there next week.
Yeah. So mostly feeling better, so we're going to do a couple videos today.
We'll do some stuff.
Obviously, I got co-founder wife sick. She's about 2 days behind me for feeling better. Although she's a bit healthier than I am, so she's probably only a day behind. She feels pretty good today, but yeah. So also getting ready for a con next weekend, just the local Sarnia con.
Right.
And some things are happening on the website, which are good. We have about 30,000 listings now available. Not the entire bulk of our listings are set to on yet, but they will before the end of April, and we have I think another bigger vendor coming on board soon-ish.
Ooh,
so yeah, so things are happening. It's good. See lots of choice on the website. Yeah. But for now, we'll talk about Marvel news of the week. X-Men 97 seems to be a gigantic hit for Disney Plus. You're all caught up. I'm all caught up.
Yes. So
maybe
good,
just hit
dude.
Spoilers here just in case. But so considering the success of X-Men 97, now Marvel's considering a 90s shared universe.
They're gonna do it.
X-Men.
I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I don't even have to read the article. The show is so successful. I bet they had no idea that it was going to be the way that it is, and
big?
also being portrayed in the news.
Yeah.
We're 100% going to get Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man easily, and then let the.
Do you remember the other '90s Marvel cartoons?
I do remember some of
them. There was an Iron Man series that was Saturday morning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Mandarin stereotype might not hold up in this day and age.
No,
but
it will not.
Yeah. So there was an Iron Man series, there was a Spider-Man series, there was an X-Men series. Was there any other Marvel series in the mid-90s?
I could have swore that there was at least one or two more. I don't know why I'm spacing.
Marvel 90s.
I like how we're looking this up now.
I know. We should have. I came unprepared. I've been sick.
It's okay. It's all right.
So Spider-Man. Oh, they had Avengers, Spider-Man Unlimited, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, there's an Incredible Hulk.
2 seasons. No idea that was a thing. Yeah, Fantastic Four had 2 seasons in '94.
Silver Surfer had a season. Avengers had 2 years.
It says it has 1 season in '99. Nerdist did a so Avengers. Oof! Look at that animation. So that was 1 year. Fantastic Four 2 years. Spider-Man Unlimited. That kind of barely counts. It was 1999 to 2001. Incredible Hulk. Fantastic Four season 2. Oof! Look at that animation. Iron Man. Oh yeah, here's your Silver Surfer. I have no memory of that.
I remember the title sequence, to be honest with you,
13,
which is crazy.
Yeah. So they could start bringing some back. X-Men animated series may have only lasted for 5 years, but the fact that it's so beloved is what led to us getting Marvel Studios' Marvel Animation's critically acclaimed revival, X-Men 97. Of course, that wasn't the only Marvel series which dominated 90s, because we got the likes of Incredible Hulk, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Spider-Man. The animated series, the latter is up there with X-Men animated series in terms of how beloved it is, and the hope now is that we'll also receive a follow-up Well, isn't there there's already an announced Spider-Man animated show coming that was supposed to be after taking place in high school? Or they switched that?
Year, yeah,
freshman year.
So
the show...
It's still in existence. It's like, it is very much close to being finished, if I'm not mistaken. I thought they were going to launch it at the end of the year.
So it looks like they might be 2 Spider-Man shows then, animated shows. The show ended on a major cliffhanger, and any sort of revival would surely receive the same glowing response as X-Men 97. However, Marvel Studios' plans may even be more ambitious. According to Cosmic Circus, there have been discussions about exploring Marvel's 90 animated universe, which would most likely be explored through X-Men 97 at this time. There is potential for projects to be developed within this universe, the most likely candidate being a sequel series to Spider-Man, but this is still very early on in development and the idea being tossed around. In other words, it sounds like Marvel Animation has plans for crossover, which will show us more of the characters who took center stage. Shows listed above, with any luck, that will lead to a full-blown Spider-Man 98 TV show, as there's potential for potential there for something spectacular. Brand Winderbaum, the X-Men 97 executive producer, quote, says, "We're doing that right now. We're in production on Daredevil Born Again. They're shooting as we speak. I'm seeing text messages come up from the set. That's probably the next show that is going to kind of revisit and revive a really strong, one of my favorite pockets of our universe and fandom, and you never know is the answer." Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. And going along with that, they've already greenlit season 3. So we're not even halfway through season 1. We know season 2 was already being worked on, and probably the scripts are finished. But yeah, not waiting resting on their laurels. The 3rd season of X-Men 97 is already well into development, according to one of Marvel Studios executives. Brad Winderbaum says fans of the animated original can look forward to at least 2 more seasons. The sequel series, X-Men 97 fans have reason to celebrate, as the show has just been confirmed for a 3rd season. Winderbaum also said the production for season 2 is on track, with season 3 already in development. X-Men 97 is now the 2nd Marvel Studios series to have 3 seasons after Marvel's What If, which is expected to resume later this year or in 2025. Winderbaum says X-Men 97 will remain faithful to the original show throughout, even as it explores story arcs beyond the comics. He also acknowledged the contribution of former showrunner Bo DeMeo, who reportedly finished writing season 2 before he exited the project. Let's keep going.
Yes, I agree. Let's keep going. Have you noticed that obviously Bo has been on, like, he's been credited obviously every episode so far. I believe he's going to be pretty much on every episode up until the end of season 2.
Yeah, he was essentially the showrunner.
Right. So can we just assume that maybe the show might take a little bit of a weird turn or something once season 3
for season 3? Well, they've already kind of said they're gonna explore some of the stuff with Grant Morrison's new X-Men, which is different than, it's a bit different. So they'll take some liberties, I guess, and take some from that. But so Winterbaum here says we're gonna start playing outside the Chris Claremont sandbox a little bit, and almost getting to Grant Morrison. So that should have a bit of a different tone.
Yeah.
But as long as the dialogue has been pretty good, so as long as that kind of as long as the writing stays high, maybe the tone can change a bit and still be good. But
I agree.
Yeah, the dialogue is one of the most important things. Okay, Oppenheimer star David Krumholtz, on his dashed hopes to play the Thing, wanted to experiment with mocap. I love David Krumholtz. He's a great character actor. Do you know who this is?
I don't. Okay,
so he's been in a lot of things. He was great in The Deuce.
Watch it.
He was in Harold and Kumar. He was one of the stoner roommates.
Oh, this guy. Okay,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. Actually could see him being Ben Grimm, like obviously with mocap, but he's got that. I think he's got it. Oppenheimer and Lousy Carter star David Krumholtz recently revealed that he met with Fantastic Four director Matt Shakman to discuss playing the MCU's version of Ben Grimm. That came after actor shared his interest in the role on social media, though Eben Moss-Barack, who was chosen to play the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing last summer. Talking to comicbook.com, Krumholtz talked more about what drew him to the Thing and shared his longtime appreciation of the Marvel Universe. Quote, I grew up reading Marvel Comics obsessively. When the MCU happened, the satisfaction of seeing the actual costumes and seeing what they could do and do it accurately, authentically, it was exactly my dream come true. When you read those comics, it's hard not to imagine them as films, and they did it. They really did it really, really well. It was emotional for me. I still very much want to be part of the MCU at some point. I have no qualms about it. It's not cool to say that right now. I don't care. To me, it's the coolest thing. The Thing just felt like a good fit to some extent. I think Eben is going to do an amazing job with it. Earlier this year, Krumholtz suggested that after missing out on Ben Grimm, he could play a villain. Marvel's first family squared off with the pages. The first ever comic book, Mole Man. I'm a shoo-in for Mole Man, but I don't know. I'll do anything Marvel tells me to. I'll probably end up playing a superhero's therapist. Let's face it, there's some pickings for guys like me in that world. Unfortunately, I'm old and I'm not in any kind of acceptable shape. So we'll see how that works out, if it works out at all. Yeah, sure, he can play Mole Man.
Yeah, that's funny, though.
Yeah, some of the best things about Marvel is getting really good character actors into supporting roles to make a stronger a movie. Okay, moving on. Spider-Man 4 is set to start filming this fall. Justin Lin may be in the mix to direct. I'm not really sure how they have already picked a start date for filming when they don't have a director yet. Seems a little weird.
A little bit worried.
But Spider-Man 4?
Yeah. Because, I know that Marvel won't let poop go past. Like, full poop.
Yeah.
Like, Morbius-style poop.
Okay.
But I know that Marvel and Sony have been going back and forth regarding everything in this movie. So, like, story, setting, characters, fucking trying to get Venom in from the Sony universe into this movie. It's like Sony wanted it so bad, and Marvel, I'm pretty sure, was like, I don't think we can do that. So I know that right now, it's definitely a tug of war still about what's gonna happen in this fucking movie. But one thing I've read constantly that I believe is going to be true is that they said something to the effect of Peter Parker's life and story has kind of taken a side step, and now Spider-Man is the main, Tom Holland is he's more juggling Spider-Man versus being Peter Parker, because being Peter Parker only requires him to do mundane things.
Right.
Like, obviously no one remembers him now. He's just a guy.
Yeah.
So essentially, the script originally, and I don't know if it's changed since then, it probably had him essentially, like, basically Peter Parker was kind of like just a plain dude, and they weren't really glorifying that side of his life much in the movie, because they wanted to focus more on Spider-Man, what was happening with Spider-Man, and how he was evolving. They didn't have that balance with Peter Parker that they did in the other movies.
Well, that sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, well, no shit. But I feel like they're obviously going to change that eventually down the pipe. But that's essentially where they were trying to go. And I think it would be cool to showcase the fact that Peter Parker, maybe, there isn't a lot going on there, but you can also do a lot with that. You know what I mean? You can introduce so much stuff. You can, all kinds of things. So I'm hoping that they do find that balance, but a little bit worried. Sony, the meddling.
We're still waiting on Sony Marvel to make an official announcement regarding Spider-Man 4, but reliable insider Jeff Snyder has shared some long-awaited production updates. The news broke last night that the third season of E4 has been put on hold. Schneider believes that this was at least partially down to Zendaya's commitment to return as MJ for the next Spider-Man movie, which will likely film this September-October. No Way Home director John Watts is not expected to return. Snyder has heard that Justin Lin, who helmed 5 of the Fast and Furious movies, as well as Star Trek Beyond, was in the mix to direct. may still be. There are sure to be other filmmakers in contention, however, including previously rumored Drew Goddard from Cabin in the Woods. Sony's Todd Rothman and Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige are rumored to have some disagreements when it comes to overall plot, with the latter hoping to scale the multiverse elements back for a smaller scale story. Rothman, meanwhile, is said to want to capitalize on No Way Home's success by bringing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back. We don't know if these issues have been resolved, but it's obviously a good sign of the movie does have a scheduled shooting date. Yeah, like I really enjoyed Maguire and Garfield being back, but one movie's enough.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
we don't need more. They can pop up in Secret Wars, man. Like that's, you know what I mean?
Sure.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Like pop up in the end when there's everyone, and then let's call it a day. I mean, other than that, I would take a Garfield Spider-Man movie all day. I would take one. Oh yeah, 100%. Finish the trilogy, baby.
Is Lin a good director? I think I've watched maybe one of his Fast and Furious movies.
I would say yeah.
Let us know in the comments if he's actually a good director. Okay. Moving on. Captain Marvel's MCU future gets promising update. Marvel Studios reportedly sells plans for Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, despite the superhero's latest film, The Marvels, underperforming at the box office. While a third Captain Marvel movie is not expected to enter development anytime soon, trusted insider Alex Perez of the Cosmic Service reported that Brie Larson's Captain Marvel will still play an important role in the multiverse saga. I've heard Carol's role in the MCU as of now is to focus on two things. The first is to decipher the true origin of the quantum bands, with Carol presenting her bangle to Wong and Banner, while Kamala does the same, albeit with a couple of new friends on the way. The second is to find a way to bring Monica back to the MCU. Yeah, I don't know. I have no problem with her coming back. I don't know that she needs... Yeah, it's true. I don't know that she needs a third centric focused movie on just her. There was problems with the Marvels, but I enjoyed it overall.
Agreed.
I'm not sure she still wants to do it though. Like I guess money talks. I hope she's getting paid a lot to put up with the nonsense. But
I feel like that's probably the case.
Yeah. Okay. Some interesting comic news about Wolverine.
Yeah, what's this
so controversy surrounds Wolverine's created by credit, as an editor is now named a co-creator. Proper credit has long been a highly contested issue in the world of comics, and it's now Wolverine at the center of the dispute over who deserves all-important created by acknowledgements. The hero first appeared in the pages of Incredible Hulk 180 in 1974, a comic written by Len Wein and illustrated by Herb Trimpe. John Romita Sr. designed Weapon X's now iconic costume under the auspices of Marvel Comics editor-in-chief Roy Thomas. Wein and Romita are typically credited as Wolverine's creators, though Trimpe and Thomas's involvement is usually also mentioned, as is the work of Chris Claremont, John Byrne, Rick Miller, and more of all who helped make Logan the character he is today. Recently, it was revealed that Thomas's name has been officially added to the Wolverine's creator credits, and it's not gone down well. Oh, really? Longtime comic book editor Bobby Chase took to Facebook recently to say, "My friend and Len Wein's widow, Christine Vallada, got a call from Marvel executive David Bogart informing her that in the upcoming Wolverine and Deadpool movie, Roy Thomas will now be credited as the co-creator with Len Wein and John Romita Sr., and David said it's a done deal. I was standing in Christine's kitchen this past Sunday as she told me about the phone call. Of course, Christine is seriously concerned about Len's legacy. Len was profoundly important to the comic book industry, and the legacy is being changed for the worse 6 years after his death. Many comic creatives have chimed in, including an unhappy Rob Liefeld, prompting Thomas to make his position on the matter clear. Quote, "The situation is unfortunate because I'm only trying to finally get credit for something where the facts have been known for many years. I'm being portrayed as a ghoul trying to rob the corpse of Len Wein for credit and money. First and foremost, this is not a financial issue. I'm not getting a penny, and as far as I know, it in no way takes away from whatever Len and John's families may be getting, if anything. I don't know what their financial arrangement is with Marvel. I'm already getting money from my other contributions to Marvel. I don't need Wolverine money, thank you very much." Thomas would later add, I had 4 requirements for the character: that he be named Wolverine, be Canadian, be fierce, because Wolverines are fierce creatures, and that he be short, because superheroes are usually tall. I could have assigned it to a different writer using my 4 parameters and John's design. Wolverine would have been something different because it wasn't Len writing it, but I still would have been co-creator. You can hear more from Thomas over at Forbes, but the main source of upset has been the prospect of an editor stepping in to take credit for the writing and art teams employed by a freelance basis. Still, the former EIC makes an undeniably compelling case for why he should be involved, why he should likely be billed alongside One and Romita, as clearly playing a significant role in Wolverine's creation. I mean, if it's true that he had the 4 requirements of being Wolverine, Canadian, and fierce and short, I mean,
yep,
that's Wolverine. And if he had those requirements,
whoa,
it seems like that heavily influenced what the character would be.
Yeah,
or at least limited what the character could be. I don't know. And if he's not getting any, he says he's not getting any money out of it, which is fine. But as long as he's not taking away from the other 2 as co-creators, I don't know. If there's proof that he worked on it, why shouldn't he get credit?
That's a tough one. That's why you sign the papers, baby.
Oh, sure. Back then it was a lot of, I mean, all the creators had to go back and get what they, well, it wasn't, you didn't own your IP back then. When you created it for a company, they own the IP.
I mean, hell, do you own it now?
Yeah, so like Image, if you work at Image, you own the IP. If you work at Distillery, yeah, I think Image was always about, if you create something under our banner, you own the IP.
I have no idea.
And then Tinian's, there's another one, Distillery, I think, is all about whoever creates it owns the IP. But yeah. Anyways, that's Marvel news of the week.